As many all over the world say, football isn't just a game, it's a religion. A sport that is consistently loved and played across the globe may not always seem action-packed and can often be slow in pace, but when the moments that matter happen, the stadium and everyone following the game will surely explode in celebration. These moments that lead to utterly believable goals may just be a few seconds long, but they'll be remembered for the rest of each fan's life. These are also moments that wouldn't even be believable if not for the luck and opportunity of capturing it all on video. In this video, we're going to see the top 25 goals, and if they weren't filmed, nobody would believe them. Number 25, the front flip goal. During a high school football match in Colorado between the Columbine Rebels and the Thunder Ridge Grizzlies, a Rebels player named Dylan Pritchett-Etner showed athleticism of an acrobat when he flipped over an onrushing goalkeeper and scored an incredible goal. The celebration was, however, cut short when officials disallowed the goal and ruled him offside. Despite the disappointment, it's still one of the trickiest goals ever made. 24. Geddes Rabona goal. Worcester City's top scorer, Sean Geddes, stunned everyone when he scored using a Rabona trick, which is striking the ball by wrapping his right foot around the back of his leg and chip the ball right into the goal. 23. The backside goal. In a Czech third division game between Sparta Prague 2 and Meteor Prague in 2013, Sparta player David Hovorka managed to try something unique by using his rear end to score a goal for his team. He literally butted the ball with enough power to give the goalkeeper little chance at stopping it. 22. Backflip penalty. In 2018, Russian footballer Norvik Avdalyan managed to score an impressive penalty goal during Russia's National Student League, as Avdalyan's team, Rubin Kazan, registered a 4-0 victory over Cheboksary. It was, however, Avdalyan's goal in the team's second score 54 minutes into the game that caused quite the commotion when, as he was taking a penalty shot, he took a few steps as if he was taking a regular penalty, but instead performed a backward somersault and kicked the ball into the back of the net. Avdalyan celebrated to the point while the stunned goalkeeper simply stood in shock at the unbelievable score. 21 is trick kick. At a football charity match between two Polish TV channels, Maciej Adamiak managed to trick the goalkeeper during a free penalty kick by kicking with the front foot instead of his kicking foot. Number 20, Carlos Lobaton Travella, a goal from the corner. At the Torneo del Inca in Peru, Peruvian midfielder Carlos Lobaton scored a goal for his team by Sporting Cristal by kicking the ball direct from a corner kick. While this is a feat that Lobaton has been known to do, this particular kick was slightly better, as Lobaton did a Travella move where he curled an outside-the-foot shot into the back of the net for a game-winning goal. Number 19 is funny fall goal. Rapid Vienna midfielder Philip Schobesberger will never forget his most unbelievable goal when he had the chance to break away and score, but instead tripped over his own feet as he tried to step over and collapse to the floor. It's a good thing he managed to direct the ball towards the net as he fell, which surprisingly went right into the goal. 18. Ball hits referee into goal. In a Dutch amateur football match, the ball and a referee found himself in a messy situation when he assumed the ball was going to be shot towards the faraway second post, but instead was kicked short. Instead of dodging the ball, it met with the referee's foot and went straight into the goal. New football regulations state when the ball touches a match official and goes directly into the goal, the referee has to call a stop to the play. 17. A backheel goal. Syrian striker Motaz Salani scored one of the most outrageous goals in football in 2014 when he lobbed the ball in the goal using a backheel volley from nearly 40 yards out. Number 16. Faiz Subri impressive goal. In 2016, Malaysian football Mohd Faiz Subri, who then played for the Penang Football Club, won FIFA's annual Puskas Award after a remarkable free kick for Penang against the Pahang in the Malaysia Super League. The free kick was struck from the left-hand side of the pitch with his right foot, which curved out and back in before dipping past the helpless goalkeeper. The goal seemingly defied physics, when FIFA investigators having to study the aerodynamics of the swerve and Subri's knuckleball technique behind it. 15. Ronaldo being Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo blasted a brilliant free kick past Switzerland defenders in the 25th minute to give Portugal a 1-0 halftime lead in the UEFA Nations League semifinals in 2019. 14. Hamburg's Hakan scores from 41 meters. Hamburg SV's Hakan Çalhanoğlu added to the already dominant 3-0 demolishing of Borussia Dortmund with a very long free kick from 41 meters. He was teed up from a far enough distance the defenders didn't even bother setting up a wall. And that proved to be a bad idea. 13. Geddes Rabona goal. Worcester City's top scorer Sean Geddes stunned everyone when he scored using a Rabona trick, which is striking the ball by wrapping his right foot around the back of his left leg to chip the ball into the goal. Number 12. The 50-yard tackling goal. In what was said to be one of the most incredible tackling goals in Bundesliga history, Karlsruhe SC's Sebastian Langkamp scored a surprisingly 50-yard sliding tackle goal against Bayer Leverkusen. Number 11. Schuster's goal of the decade. Truly a captivating shot from just past the center line, German midfielder Bernd Schuster became remembered for this goal in 1994, which also became the goal of the decade in the ARD Sports Show. Hey, we're almost through this list of unbelievable 25 goals, but there's a lot more interesting clips to come. Before we move on, don't forget to click the like button, share, subscribe, and press that notification bell for more updates. Number 10. Roberto Carlos' amazing free kick. On June 3, 1997, Roberto Carlos impressed the world with one of the most incredible free kicks in football history. Carlos scored a beautiful free kick for Brazil in a 1-1 tie against France in the opening game of the 1997 Tournoi de France. Taking plenty of steps back for added momentum, Carlos managed to kick the ball, which seemed like it was headed to the corner flag, but instead it curved back and glanced the edge of the post and hit the back of the net. The goal defied physics and continues to impress scientists who have analyzed the goal all the way up to today. Number 9. Rivaldo saves Barcelona. In 2001, Barcelona's Rivaldo completed a hat trick with a stunning overhead kick in the 89th minute of the game against Valencia to earn the win and a place in the Champions League for the next season. Number 8. Kakana's impressive 30-meter goal. During a 1-1 draw against Cape Town City in August 2019, South African Mamelodi Sundowns player Halompu Kakana scored an impressive goal for his team from 30 meters away. He took 3 touches before unleashing a long-distance drive that ricocheted from the bar into the goal. Number 7. 75-yard tackling goal. A rather freak goal happened in the 4th Division tie between Tecuscio 1957 and Vigor Lamezia for the lower league Italian football when Lamezia midfielder Domenico Zampaglione went in for a crunching side tackle in his own half. The wind carried the ball 75 yards into the opponent's net, which is more ridiculous than the one German defender Sebastian Langkamp did back in 2009. Number 6. Throw-in goal. One of the cheekiest and most bizarre moments of ingenuity of English football happened in 1998 when Sheffield United's Dean Saunders scored a goal by playing the ball against a keeper's back after a sudden throw-in left the goal unattended. Number 5. Van Persie's incredible header. At the 2014 FIFA World Cup during the match between the Netherlands and Spain, Dutch striker Robin van Persie scored an unbelievable diving header that became known as the greatest header in World Cup history. The goal was also nominated for the FIFA Puskas Award for the most beautiful goal of the year. Number 4. Beckham's 2001 free kick. In 2001, David Beckham scored a last-minute free kick against Greece that allowed England to qualify for the 2002 World Cup. Greece was up 2-1, and England was desperate for a miracle that would avoid them from taking on Ukraine in a playoff match to qualify, and they found that miracle in this miraculous play. Number 3. Zlatan's 35-yard bicycle kick. It was 2012 at a friendly match between England and Sweden when Zlatan Ibrahimovic scored 3 goals in the last 12 minutes. But it was his last goal that was most remembered as Ibrahimovic managed to produce a sensational scissor kick volley from around 35 yards out right into the goal. The technique and difficulty of the execution coming from such a distance proves just how deadly a striker Zlatan really is. Number 2. Fake foul penalty. Maldives international player Asahad Ali Oddberry scored a penalty home in a tense shootout against Afghanistan's goalkeeper by tripping as he started his shot attempt. He simply stands after his fall, which brought confusion to the goalkeeper, and then kicked the ball right into the corner of the goal. Hey, we're almost through to the top of the list. If you haven't yet, here's your chance. Make sure you're updated with the content on our channel, and in fact, don't forget to check out our other videos as well. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and make sure to ring that notification bell for more videos just like this. And now, here's our number one. Number one is Lionel Messi's goal of the season. After 80 minutes into Barcelona's match against Bayern Munich in the Champions League semifinals in 2015, Lionel Messi scored his second goal of the night with his gentle yet incredible ball handling. In front of his defenders, Messi feigned to go inside, but instead glided to his right with a slight dribble and laid the ball floating right into the back of the net. In the space of 5 perfect strides, Messi had effectively put the Bayern defense to sleep. So what do you think about the 25 goals? If they were filmed, nobody would believe them. We'd love to hear what you think about them by commenting below. Check out our other videos on the channel and you'll surely like them. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more stories.